Defence Secretary Philip Hammond today congratulated the Royal Navy for its momentous role in helping defeat Gaddafi's troops in Libya as he sailed into Portsmouth aboard HMS Liverpool. The Type 42 destroyer has spent 7 months on deployment to support Operation Unified Protector and returned home to a hero's welcome. Tim Cooper was also on board.
Waiting in the grey of a winter's morning, HMS Liverpool is nearly at the end of her deployment. For the ship's company, it's a time to look forward to impending reunion with loved ones and to reflect on a hard-fought mission.
We were going to action and then getting 6 hours off and then possibly going to action again. And I mean, in defence watches, so half the ship's company is always up and it's just always busy, always things going on.
The crew spent a total of 81 hours at action stations, and the ship became the first Royal Navy vessel to be fired upon in nearly 30 years. She was attacked 10 times. Each time her 4.5-inch gun returned fire with interest. Her primary role was enforcement of the no-fly zone, where she coordinated 14 different types of jets and sea blockade, preventing arms getting to Colonel Gaddafi's dying regime. At times, it was hard for the crew to keep track of what was happening.
The day that cert fell, we could see everybody celebrating on Sky News or BFBS News, and then, yeah, we seen the fireworks on the news, and then when you came up top, you could see them, and like you could see the people celebrating, and that's when we knew like that we must have played some part.
Back to the UK. Thank you very much.
Defence Secretary Philip Hammond flew in to welcome the ship home, a different sort of mission for the Lynx crew, who admit working off Libya was tough.
I have served in Iraq, Afghanistan, and certainly this has been the most demanding flying.
The Defence Secretary thanked HMS Liverpool for her part in the international mission to protect Libyan civilians.
That the mission was accomplished so successfully is, I think, a testament to the professionalism and the skill of the Navy, of the ship and the ship's company.
To the ship's company here on board HMS Liverpool, bravo Zulu, very well done in professional terms and in displaying the Navy at its very best.
At last, Liverpool began her final journey, past Portsmouth's Round Tower, where 250 locals waved her in. Minehunter HMS Brocklesby had worked with Liverpool off Libya. Today she cheered the Type 42 home.
That last couple of hours waiting in the solar must be really frustrating for the crew of HMS Liverpool, but now, with the words of praise from the Defence Secretary ringing in their ears for a job well done in Libya, they know they'll soon be reunited with their family.
And they didn't have long to wait.
Nice to have him out.
You're proud of what he's achieved?
Oh, yeah. And he's come home to great news. He's going to be a dad.
Absolutely amazing to come home, see a little lad on the jetty and see all the support for the ship.
Final word to the CO of Liverpool, who has nothing but praise for his crew.
It's their endurance, their ability to just carry on with what they've been asked to do throughout the entire 7.5 months that we've been deployed, which has really impressed me the most.
Time's nearly up for this ship. She'll be decommissioned next year. But what a way to go out. Tim Cooper, Forces News, Portsmouth.
Well, after the ship's company had been reunited with friends and relatives, Tim Cooper asked Defence Secretary Philip Hammond how important a role HMS Liverpool had played in the successful Libya operation.
It's been hugely important. She's been one of the critical enablers of this joint operation. The role that she's played both directly and in controlling airspace over the battle zone in Libya has been at the very heart of the success of this mission, and the company can come back immensely proud of what they've done and what they've delivered.
It was a tough deployment. Everyone involved, Army, RAF, Royal Navy, spent a lot of time working at a high tempo. What does this tell us about SDSR? Should we look again at SDSR in the light of Libya?
Now, I think that what the SDSR is about is reshaping Britain's forces for the future, to respond to the type of threats that we're likely to face in the future, and to do it on a sustainable basis with an armed forces that our economy can support effectively, reducing the uncertainty that we've had in the past, making sure that the programme for defence equipment is fully deliverable rather than a fantasy programme that we've been looking at for the last 10 years. I'm confident that with the SDSR changes, we will have effective, capable and affordable forces that will be able to deploy on this kind of mission in the future using the very latest equipment.